Today I thought I would share with you a video that I think you're going to find really helpful if you're on the lookout for a great summer foundation, or even just a great foundation to wear on a wedding day. I did put white on today for that reason, and this is a makeup that I did train with many years ago with the company. I did do a lot of bridal makeup as well with it in the spa that I worked in. So the makeup I'm going to be sharing with you all today is Bareminerals, and I'm going to share with you a tutorial how to apply it, what not to do, and if you're just looking for a lovely foundation that's going to be perfect for the summer, it's going to be heat proof and just goes on to make your skin look flawless, then I'm going to share with you how you can achieve it with this lovely foundation. Now this has been around for many years now. I think I trained with them back in, I think when I worked with them it must have been back in 2000 and maybe 2006, 2007, so I have been using this for a very long time. I do have built up quite a bit of a collection as well of products with them, and yeah, I love this. This is one of my all-time favourites. I did make a previous video sharing with you how to apply this a long time ago when I did start my original YouTube channel. Not this one, it was another one I did share it with, and the video did extremely well. So I just thought I'd share a little update because that one was like, I think that was back in 2019, so it was quite a while ago. So yeah, let's do a little update and just share with you all the best tips. And just a little bit about the foundation. It does only have 5 ingredients in it, and it also has an SPF 15. It is so clean, it's clean kind of makeup. The obviously clean term comes from just more natural, that you can actually sleep in it. So if you went into bed and fell asleep in this, it would be absolutely fine. Your skin's not going to get damaged just because the ingredients are so minimal in there. So I'm just going to share with you, first of all, how to put it on. I might go ahead and share with you a little makeup look as well, because I do have a whole collection of Bareminerals. My collection's sitting in front of me, so we might go ahead, depending how long this video is, sharing with you a bit of a makeup look too to try, if you're wanting to try it out. So first of all, when you get your makeup, when you get your Bareminerals pot like this, you're going to open it up and this is what it looks like. So yeah, it's just like in a little loose form. So it's loose mineral powder. A lot of people are frightened to use this because they find that maybe it'll make their skin look quite dry if they've got lines or wrinkles or more dehydrated skin. I think they think it's going to enhance that, and it's not. It's actually going to make your skin look really soft and beautiful and almost satin-like. So I'm going to show you how you can achieve that and what you would do. The secret when it comes to these kind of foundations, and with most foundations, is less is more, and build up slowly. So I have seen a lot of people packing on a lot of foundations and it's just too much for their skin, and it can make their skin look very flat without much glow or just any youthfulness or like just natural glow coming through. So when it comes to this one, and as I said with all, you would just need a small amount to build up. So what you're going to do is when you open your little lid here, you can see it's in like a loose mineral form. You're just going to then shake it a little bit into the lid, just like so. So usually I would say to begin with, I would probably go no more than that amount there. If you can see, that's a very small amount. That would be all you would need to start with. Now the brush that I've got to put this on with isn't the current one that they do. It's one that I've had for a very long time. They did used to do these ones here back in the day when it actually was called ID Bareminerals, but this was their full coverage kabuki brush. So I know they do have a new one, but I've not bothered buying that because they do the same job. And it does say Bare Essentials, which was what the company used to be called as well. So yeah, I'm going to share with you how to put it on. I'm going to do, I was going to do maybe like half of the face there just to show you the difference so you can see if that's helpful. But I'm going to go in with, if you want a full coverage, you can go in with this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with this brush here, which is my favourite way to apply it. Now this is the Flawless Face brush from Bareminerals. I'm sure they'll still do something very similar to this. If they don't have this one still on the go. I think I did check on the website, they do still have this, so I'll link everything in the description box below where you can find it. I'm just going to zoom in so you can see me putting it on my skin a little bit better. This is how you're going to apply it once it's in the lid. You're going to put the brush, there is a technique when it comes to Bareminerals, it's called the swirl, tap and buff technique. So swirl, tap and buff is what you're going to do. So first of all, you're going to take your brush and you're going to swirl it in the lid to pick up all of the product. So this is just going to make sure it all gets loaded into the brush and just picking it all up for you in there. I would just kind of spend a few seconds doing this just to make sure you've got as much product as possible. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tap it to tap off any excess before then applying it to your skin. Don't go straight in and start packing it on. Tap off any excess. So what I'll do is I'll just start on this side of my face, Willa, just to show you. And when it comes to putting your foundation on, the first place you want to apply it is here. So you want to start on, I've just got a mirror in front of me here. You just want to start on the area of your skin, which would be the middle of your face where it needs more coverage. And you're going to buff it. So you're going to go in circular motions. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting it on and just putting it down there. So as you can see, start in the centre of the face. I would then go up onto the head and then just bringing it down onto the chin. Again, just up round the head, bringing it round. I do have a moisturiser on my skin. I did put some SPF on this morning, so you can always wear your own moisturiser as a base underneath. I do wear SPF 50 every day, which I've got on under this. So even if you were getting married and it was a really hot sunny day, or for prom or something, prom season is coming up here in Scotland, then you would have your SPF 50 on, high factor to protect your skin. This is an SPF 15, so that'll just top it up. This wouldn't be enough just to wear on its own. I usually then do go over the eye area like this, and that just kind of gives a little base to your eye too. So already can you see how kind of soft that's looking, how it doesn't look drying at all, how it makes my skin still look glowy. I'm looking like straight on, you'll be able to see the difference. It looks just quite kind of luminous. I'm not packing my skin with makeup. You can't see my natural glow and oils coming through. It is a good foundation if people even have an oily skin type. It's going to help kind of like soak up any oils, your natural oils, but it's still going to give you that little bit of luminosity, which keeps our skin looking young and youthful. We don't want to take all of our natural oils and natural glow out our skin by just putting makeup on it. We still want that to kind of shine through. That's why we always say skincare first, makeup second, because you want your skin's natural, beautiful glow to shine through. It's so youthful. So for a wedding, this would be the perfect makeup to put on. So yeah, I've just put that on that side of my face. So it is really simple. Like I say, you're just kind of like doing a round buffing technique. So if you did want a fuller, heavier coverage, for me, this has been perfect. And this is what I've been wearing on repeat for years now. Since 2007, I have bought this on repeat. But if you did want a heavier coverage, this brush is going to pick up more the bristles in there. I wouldn't then go ahead and put more product in here if I'd done the full face. That would have been enough for my full face, but for the obviously this tutorial, I'll just share with you how it would look just for the purpose of this video. But usually that one amount that was in the lid would do my whole face, so you would find that that would be all you would need. If you did want to build it up more, if it was a special occasion, you can. But again, you don't want to block out your skin's natural glow. That is one of the biggest things if you can take away from this video. Oh, I've started going in with this brush again. So what I'll do is I'm just going to use this brush to finish the other side. And then if you did want to see me applying it with the denser brush, I'll link the video below, the original one, where you can watch that one. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and do this side. Again, starting in the middle of the face, taking up the centre of the nose, over the forehead, and round circles. So if I slow that down, you can see just, if I slow that down for you, you can see just how the kind of technique is, but I'm just used to kind of like buffing it in quite quickly. So again, the corners of the nose, over the forehead, around the eye, and that'll just lay down some of the foundation there too. There is another little brush I'm going to use to do a little bit of concealing. So you can see me doing a wee bit of like more kind of like, not pinpoint concealing, but just more precise. So yeah, you can see from that, I will do a wee bit of concealing on my chin, but so far, the foundation just looks, you know, really like skin. My skin looks glowy, fresh. It doesn't look dry at all. It's just giving it a lovely, beautiful coverage. It still looks like nice, natural, youthful skin. This is vegan. It's natural. It's perfect for anybody that does love a more natural foundation. Or maybe somebody that doesn't like a liquid foundation. This would be perfect for you. Just being able to use something that's more natural. And this is so wearable during the day. And yeah, just a perfect one to use. So yeah, that's the swirl, tap and buff technique. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to go in and do a little bit of concealing. So they do have a concealer brush. If I can just find mine here that I've got. I think I've got a couple of these. Oh, here it's here. So, oh, let me just grab that. So this is their concealer brush. Again, I've had this so long, the writing's almost worn off it. So yeah, this is what you would use just because of the shape of it for concealing. So if you have a brush similar to this shape at home, this is what you're going to go in with for any precise concealing. So what I would do is, I would usually, to be honest, not put any more in here, because you'll actually find that if you can see, there's still a bit like kind of shaking about in there. There's still a bit of product. You can see that there. So yeah, I'm just going to use what's left in here for my concealing, because that's more than enough. A mistake you can make, which would be a don't with this, is just putting too much on. You don't want, again, your skin to look flat, lifeless. We don't want that look. Want it to look as healthy, young and youthful as possible. So again, the same technique. When you're just using what's left in the lid here for your concealing, you're going to tap off any excess, because you can see quite a bit's coming off, and we don't want that all over our skin if it's too much product. So usually when you're concealing, you want to kind of conceal. We usually get redness around our nose area. So this is quite a common area where you'll find a bit of redness just around here. And then I would just tap, do this side here. So yeah, you can see it kind of changes from that kind of loose powder form into almost like a kind of creams, kind of satin finish, even though it's a mineral powder. Again, the great thing with these is they don't go off, they don't expire. You can have them for years, not worried, because it's not a liquid form, so it doesn't expire. So I've had a lot of the makeup I've got in front of me, which are loose little powders, which I'll share with you, these little eyeshadows, in a second, for over 10 years. And because of the kind of consistency of them, they don't go off. So if you are spending money in makeup, I would say Bare Minerals is a really good one. These kind of little loose eyeshadows. I do have some more of their newer products here, like their Gen Nude Blonzer. So I'll share that one with you if that's helpful, because I've been wearing this as my go-to every day on repeat since the start of the year. And I've also got their Maximist mascara. So I will continue and make a little look for you today, because while we're on the Bare Minerals like a theme, we'll just go ahead and have some fun and play with some more of the makeup, and I'll share with you a lip look with their products as well. So this is a full face of Bare Minerals, this video. It's not just a tutorial. If you just wanted to watch the tutorial learning how to apply it, that's fine. But yeah, I'll just continue if you wanted to maybe create a wee bit more of a look, or just get some more makeup tips, do's and don'ts. So again, when it comes to concealing, you're going to then just conceal. Sometimes if you have any wee blemishes on your chin, I do tend to get a wee bit of redness here. So again, you're just going to use your little brush and just kind of like, sometimes it's quite good to outline the shape of your lips for when your lip product goes on. And then just any wee bits that you can see, any little redness that you can see in your skin. You can use like this concealer under your eyes if you want, but I do have my own favourite concealer that I'm just going to wear under my eyes. If you know which one that is, you'll know which one I'm going to put on, but if not, I'll link it in the description box below. So yeah, so that's the foundation on. So yeah, my skin looks healthy, natural, not overcaked with makeup, not heavy. I still look like me. You can see why it's so light and fresh, but still gives good coverage. So yeah, really happy with that. I'm just going to just make sure that that's all nicely blended in. And then we'll go ahead and do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put a little bit of the, where's my brush? Where did I put my concealer brush? I'm just going to put a little bit of the concealer over the eyes as well, just to help. This helps cancel out any redness. So before you put your eye makeup on, it just kind of cancels out any redness, any discoloration on your eyelid. So that's maybe another something to take away from the video. So if you were on holiday or throughout the summer and you just wanted a light look, you could finish with this. You know, that could be you. You could just go with your mascara, bit of lip gloss. If you wanted a little bit of blush, and you'd be good to go. But I'm going to do a little eyeshadow for you all, just to help you out, just if you wanted to see some of my favourite eyeshadows that Bare Minerals do, because I do have quite a few here. So these ones came out many years ago, and they were called Glimpses and Glimmers. And these are loose mineral forms. So the favourite ones that I would probably say if you're looking for a great one, Bare Skin. Bare Skin is beautiful. This one is now sadly finished. There's a tiny wee bit in there. I don't know whether to use that today just to create, because this is like a rose gold one. Maybe just go in and use this one today. This one is beautiful. They do still have these on their website, so if you did want to buy them, this has been, I used to wear this one every day. This was a favourite. So Bare Skin Rose is a rose gold one. I'll just share with you a couple of other favourites. Nude Beach, this is more of like a cool tone. Some of the names are quite cheeky, aren't they? Bare Skin, Nude Beach. I wonder who came up with those. So really kind of summer shades. This one is really almost empty, but this was more of like a kind of silvery, kind of, it was a really light shade. We also had Bahamas, which I wore this on repeat. You can see the packaging started to change. So I've had these ones for like over a decade. ID Bare Minerals, which is Bare Minerals, and this is the newer packaging that I got. I did get this one years ago as well. And this was another favourite, Bahamas. So this was almost like a kind of champagne shade. So if you like light shades, and I would say these are really great kind of shades for a wedding makeup. You can't go wrong with a really fresh look. Celestine. This was another great one that I've worn multiple times and created some videos on. You can see there's a lot more in that one. So I have worn that in many of my videos. But I think today, what will we go in with today? I do have some dark ones as well. Like I've got this one here, which is more of a copper shade. This one's called Sex Kitten. And it's quite full, as you can see. That's more of, I'd say that's more of like an autumn colour for me, I would say, because of the shade of it. I would go for more autumn. We've got Drama, and we've also got Drama. If anybody wants to see Drama, I've had this one since I was at the spa. So this one is still in great condition, as you can see, not a thing wrong with it. This is more of a, like quite a kind of dark, deep shade, something that's really beautiful as well. So they're really pigmented, even though they're loose mineral forms, loose mineral powders. I will need to do a little clear up here because I've got everything sitting on my white table. So I would say if you were doing any of these makeup looks, do it in a space where you're not worried that if you get a little bit of makeup on the floor or on the worktop, it does wipe away quite easily. But yeah, I would say that don't do it near a white carpet. Or you'll be in a bit of bother with that. So yeah, what will we go for today? I'm going to go for Bare Skin. See, we have a little bit of Bare Skin here. And this is a beautiful one. And then we'll do an eyeliner. We'll put the mascara on. I'll review the mascara for you because I have worn this a couple of times. And I'll show you how it looks on. It's not my favourite mascara in the world, but yeah, because we're doing the Bare Minerals look, I'll share it with you just so you can see how it looks. I do have another mascara that I do much prefer. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know what one that is. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a bit of, is this Bare Skin, just to check? Yeah, let's go ahead and do a bit of Bare Skin. So there's a little bit in the lid that I know I'm going to get some product from, but there's a tiny bit in the tub still. So this must have been jumping about in my makeup bag that it's been able to lift a little bit more. This is all I'll need that's in this lid for this look. Yeah, this is plenty. So again, I'm just putting my brush in the lid. I'm just picking up the product and then tapping off any excess. And let's go ahead and just put some of this lovely colour on. And I can share with you how it looks. So yeah, this one is beautiful. Like I said, it's more of like a rose gold shade. These are really pigmented and they last for a long time. So you're getting long lasting makeup. And again, it could be like one colour and you're done, like one and done. Eyeshadows have been so popular this year. If you were looking to go a wee bit more, you know, you can obviously build it up and like mix certain eyeshadows. But with ones like this, I would say if you're just a natural person, if you're looking for a natural makeup look, just something that enhances your, you know, natural like beauty, or if you're just not wanting to wear too much eyeshadow if you don't normally wear it, then this is a fail-safe. This one you cannot go wrong with. It's just easy. Again, a little bit in the lid, tap off the excess, and I would say a secret is to press it. If you press your eyeshadow into your eye, into your eyelid, not into your eye, into your eyelid, you're going to get a better payoff rather than just sweeping it across. I would just say if you can gently press it. A nice place to put your eyeshadow if you're trying to create more of like a nice look is in the middle of your eye. So I would say if you kind of like spend a little time just in the middle, because that's where, especially in photographs for weddings, that's where the light kind of catches and hits. You know, when your eyes are down, you'll be able to see that beautiful luminosity in the centre, just here. And then just give that another wee sweep over so you can see this is a very beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, like universal shade that would be perfect for a wedding, perfect just for a summer look. If you just want one shadow, I'm just going to do one because one is enough. I'm just going to blend it out a wee bit with my favourite brush for blending. So this is the Spectrum 606 brush. So this is great just for kind of like blending it out just round here. So once you've placed your eyeshadow down and you're just wanting to soften any edges, then I would just go in with this. So this is just super natural, just a really beautiful, you know, subtle look. It's not going to be too overpowering. If you're looking for something light and beautiful, this is the makeup collection to go for. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel caked on. It just feels really lovely. And yeah, you don't feel like you're actually wearing makeup. It just feels so luminous on the skin and so light. So yeah, so that's our eyeshadow on. I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm actually just going to do, I will go in with a little eyeliner, but I'm going to use one that's not Bare Minerals, because I did have a Bare Minerals, have I still got it? I did have these palettes here, which are no longer around, so it was like I do still have the packaging to them to keep their boxes so they keep their things clean. These have been in my bag for a very long time, as you can see. So one was latte, and one's copper. So these have sadly been discontinued, but there was a really beautiful chocolate brown in one of these, which would have been perfect as an eyeliner. Let's see what they look like just now. I can't remember if it's still here. So this is what they look like. So I've still got 4 in there. As you can, so I've still got like these 4 shades here. This one has been used a lot, as you can see. And then we've got these beautiful gold bronzy ones. So yeah, they're really nice shades too. This is when they obviously do offer palettes. They have palettes now. So for anybody that's not wanting to use a loose form eyeshadow, palettes are handy for that. And again, we've got this one here. So these ones are used up. These two, we've got these 2 beautiful ones here. But because I've not got a dark brown there, I'm just going to go in with my usual dark brown eyeliner and just pop that on. So the one that I'm using is just this little one here from Rimmel. So I'll just pop that on, and then I'll put the mascara on. So when you're doing your eyeliner, a little tip to do is always start on the outer side, work your way in, and just do it in small sections. So I do have my own little way of putting my eyeliner on, and for me this is the easiest to explain to somebody as well. Don't try and do one full line, get as close to the lashes as possible. And for myself, I find it easier just to gently hold my lid. And when I'm doing makeup, or when I was doing makeup on brides or bridesmaids or other people, I'm trying to think, like, obviously it's when you're doing it on your own face, it's very different to how you would put makeup on another person. Usually they would just close their eye and I would just kind of gently run the pencil across, or the eyeshadow. But for myself, I just find that this is the easiest way for me to get as close to the lash line as possible. You don't usually wear eyeliner, you can skip this part, but I've always worn eyeliner, so yeah, I'll just keep, I would put this on every day. I've probably been wearing eyeliner every day since I was about 16. Maybe older. No, definitely about 15, 16. I just found that I liked the definition it gave. So yeah, so just that's an easy way to put it on, and it does make such a difference to your eyes. Like when you do put your mascara on, it just kind of lifts them. It's great if your eyes are a wee bit, for anybody that's got small eyes, I would say it opens them up and it just gives them more definition. Where's my brush? Where's my wee brush? Because sometimes another good wee thing is if you ever make a mistake with your eyeliner putting it on, if you feel as if it goes up too high, I would then just, like, a great way is just grab the brush that your eyeshadow's on and just pull down any of the eyeliner, and then it just gives it a perfect line. So mine's is just super subtle. I'm just going to go for something not bold or anything like that, because this is more of a natural makeup look. Again, at the other side, starting from the outer corner, gently massaging the eyebrow pencil as we work our way in, and doing it in sections, not just like trying to go in and do it one big line, because that's where you can get the dot dot dash dash and make mistakes. We were told it was like dot dot dash dash at college when you're trying to kind of like run the eye pencil or like your eyeliner along. You don't want that kind of effect. You want it to be as kind of like as a clean a line as possible and as even. A lot of people, it is great to be able to go in with like an eyeshadow and do this, which a lot of people might find easier. I would totally say that's another option. Use like a little eye pencil, like a little brush like this, or something like, I've got another one here, I'm trying to think where's my brush. This one's great for doing an eyeliner as well, with an eyeshadow, like with a brown eyeshadow. So sometimes like I'll layer my eyeliner. So once I've put it on, I'll then go in, and then if I want it to be more long lasting, or if I was doing a bridal makeup like back in the day, I would then like put an eyeshadow on top, and then I would just kind of press it in here. So you're just kind of pressing it into the where the eyeliner is from the pencil, and it's just like a kind of like double layer, so it's going to last longer for the day, for the photographs. So yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I might put a little bit underneath. I might do a little bit of underneath here as well. We'll do the mascara first. Well, we will go in and do you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to do my eyebrows first, because I always do my eyebrows before my mascara because I find it a lot easier rather than then putting your mascara on. You know, it gives, and then you're trying to do your eyebrows, the eyes, then the mascara can then sit on the skin above. I'm going to do that first. I'm just going to put my eyebrow, I'm just going to put my eyebrows on. So I'm just going to find a little brush, go with this one here. I don't know if I've done an eyebrow tutorial. I might have got one on my page before, but if not, like, this is a wee update. So just brush them into place, and then you're just going to start gently, light-handedly, just pressing, just kind of gently running the pencil over if you're using a pencil or whatever product you're using. Again, you know, small little steps, building the makeup gradually. All professionals and makeup artists would kind of like start small and build up the makeup as they went along. They wouldn't just put it all on the face, because then if you make a mistake, it's harder to correct. So you're just going to want to start slow, and you can always add more if you need more. Again, it's more difficult to try and take it away once it's on, or if you thought I've put too much on, start slow, build it up. And you'll find that your makeup is longer lasting as well, because you've got nice layers that you've built up on your makeup, and it just looks more seamless and flawless. So yeah, I've just kind of gently put a little bit on here. Just, my eyebrows are quite sparse. I did share recently a video that I did share the new Maybelline, was it the super fluff eyebrow, but for me it just did not work. I find something like an eyebrow pencil like this just gives you better control. Okay, so eyebrows are on. Sometimes what I like to do once I've put the pencil in is just brush over, just like this, just to soften them again, and just spreads and disperses any product through. Again, at this side, it just softens any hard lines. We just don't want any harsh lines. We don't want like those kind of drawn on, kind of really thick looking eyebrows. We want them to look as natural as possible, like they belong, on our face, not someone else's, or somebody else has actually just drawn them on for fun. If you've seen anybody like that, you know what I'm saying. You've seen that kind of look before, and it's definitely a look. So yeah, just give them a wee brush round, again, as natural as possible. Let's go in with the mascara, because I've got mixed views about this mascara. They did used to do a really great mascara that I did enjoy. Was it Utopia or Euphoria or something? It was in a gold packaging. This one I thought I was going to love. However, I thought the brush was going to be great, because wait till you see the brush. The brush is so bushy and so full. So I do like a full eyebrow, I do like a full lash look. So like this brush, like you can see, it's really thick and full and fluffy. But see, to be honest, see, trying to get this on, it's super messy. So I don't know if it's just because it's the smaller one that I've been using, as opposed to like a bigger brush that gives you a wee bit more wand to put on. But let's see how we can go on with this. Look how much I've already had to take off the brush when put back in the tube. That's a tip. If you're taking your mascara off, try and scrape as much as possible off it. If you think it's going to go gloopy, or if you think it's going to be too much when you're applying it to your lashes, just like scrape it back into the tube as much as you can, or onto a tissue. Let's see how this one goes. I don't normally curl my lashes before I put eye mascara on, but the best tip when you're putting mascara on, look down into a mirror, don't look up. That's the worst thing you can do, because you'll get it on your skin. It's not coating the lashes. If you look down, you can see your lashes underneath, and it's going to fully coat them. I'm just taking another wee bit off that. So there's quite a big bit of product there. So again, thin, light layers, build it up slowly. Take your time when it's coming to something like, a product that's got a lot of product on it, basically. So something like this, I'm just going to take my time putting it on, because otherwise it could go quite wrong if you kind of rush it. So Yeah, I'm not a fan of this mascara. Usually mascara isn't a problem for me to put on. You know, this one just takes a wee bit longer because it's quite full. I would say it's a wee bit of a messier one, but I think again, I don't know if it's just because it's a smaller one that I've got. It does give a good effect. Like I will say that the effect of this does look quite full and it's coating all the lashes quite easily, but not my favourite kind of mascara. Like, yeah, I feel as if I've had better ones. It is coating them, but I think it could go quite, it could look a wee bit too much, you know, it could put too much product on the lashes as opposed to just making it look more kind of spread out and even. So I'll just do this side. I'm not going to go back into the tube to put more on because there's plenty on the brush. I'm hoping I've got a wee cotton bud here next to me just in case I need one, because I don't know if I brought any through or if they're still in my bathroom. Just in case I need to do a wee tidy up, I might need to go and grab one. But so far we're doing okay. And again, when you're putting mascara on people as a, you know, as a makeup artist, or like as a, you know, when you're doing bridal makeup, special occasion makeup, it is easier to work mascaras that don't have as much, you know, as much product on the brush, or it's as like thick and fluffy as this. But even if you do, if you're a makeup artist and you're putting stuff on, or you're looking to do somebody's makeup, or, you know, if you've offered to do it for a family or a friend, just, you know, take your time. Like I said, don't put loads on. Just always get them to kind of, just when you're putting the mascara on, it's good to get them to look down. So if they look down and then you're just going to put it over the lashes and just take your time coating them, as opposed to looking up. Did I get any on me? No, I think we've done okay. I've managed to get that on without putting it on the skin anywhere. I would say that the effect of it overall looks okay. I just say it's quite quick drying. It does dry in quite quickly when you're putting it on, but once it's on, I will say it is a good mascara. It does look nice. It makes the lashes look full and defined. I'm just going to put a tiny wee bit underneath, just a very tiny wee amount, because I'm not really into that kind of spider eye look, which can sometimes happen when you're putting mascara underneath. It can look a wee bit spidery under your lashes. So just very lightly. Again, it's easier to just kind of use a wee hand mirror when you're putting this on for under the eyes. What I like to do when I'm putting mascara on, especially underneath my eyes, is I like to go in with a like wand. I would say like a wand, a cotton, one of these wands, I was going to say a cotton bud, one of these little disposable mascara wands. And then what I do is, if there's anything extra, I just kind of comb it through, because I don't want any clumps. So again, you don't want any clumps in your mascara. So these little disposable mascara wands are good for that. So again, this is still looking super natural, light, something that you could wear on holiday, something that you could wear if you were like in the summer or a wedding, special occasion, and you're just looking for something more wearable. Summer skin, bridal skin, as I said, it's all about that glow, that youthful glow coming through, not like, you know, just a flat makeup look, which can happen a lot when we just put too much product on our skin. So you want your skin, as I said, still to look glowy and just still natural and still look like yourself. So now I'm going to go ahead, and usually I would move on to lips next. And then I usually finish with blush. And then if I think I might need to go in with a little bit of liner, I'll put that on at the end if I was putting any liner on at the end. And then I'll share with you what the best kind of finishing product is for this, and also a highlighter that they do, which is great. So my lips are prepped. I do have lip balm on before I put any lipstick products on. I'm going to put the lipstick on, and then I'm going to see if I need to do a bit of liner underneath as well. So the lipstick that I love that they do, this one is a huge hit. I've had this one for years again. It's a great lipstick. If you're looking for one of these Bare Minerals lipsticks, this shade is called Insight, and it's a very natural one. This one is like really natural nude. So I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to put the lip gloss on top. So I've got a really nice lip gloss here as well that you can use on top of this to layer it. So this is like a great kind of natural, kind of wearable for most people, like, you know, a nice nude lip, a nice kind of like rose gold eye, mascara, just, you know, wearable for most people. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the lipstick on and show you that shade. And these ones are very hydrating, and yeah, really nourishing on the lips. I love the packaging of these ones. They're so nice, and they just kind of click. It's like a magnet. So you can get these in a lot of different shades. These were trending years ago when they first came out. I don't know if they've launched some new ones, but if they have, I'll need to try them. I know that their lip glosses were very popular as well. So yeah, that's the lipstick on. So it is kind of just a very wearable nude. The shade is Insight, like I said. So the shade is Insight. But I'm just looking for something a little bit deeper over the top, but you could totally get away with something light, just as a warm nude. But because this one looks a wee bit more cool toned, I'm just going to put this lovely lip gloss, which I've been wearing since I got it in November, Sincerity it's called. You can see it's still a beautiful shade. It's like a kind of very wearable warm nude shade. I'm going to just layer this over the top. So usually I would blot my lips first before I put this on the top, but I've not got any tissues to hand, so I'm just going to put it straight on. But if you have a tissue and if you're doing this professionally, or if you're at home and you're about to go somewhere and you were creating this look, blot your lips first with a tissue. You could then put a second coat of this on just if you wanted it to be more long wearing. And then you're going to go in with a nice gloss like this. So this one's beautiful. See if there's anything in it. I have worn this on repeat so much. It's such a great shade. Sincerity, this was just a little one I got to try. So yeah, it's such a nice little applicator to put it on with. Great. These ones are great to carry in your bag. I have had this in my bag, in my makeup bag, and carried it in my bag for most days for the last, since the start of the year, but it's almost finished now, so I thought I better make this video, share with you the colour before it's gone. So let's just put some of that over the top. And it just gives it a lovely, lovely shine. And these are like more like balms. It's more of like a kind of balmy texture. It's called, it's the Mineralist. This is again Mineralist makeup collection from Bare Minerals, the Mineralist Lip Gloss Balm. So it does feel super soft. So it's more like a kind of balm texture. It's not sticky at all. Like a lip gloss balm that they've made a kind of combination with the two. And that works really well. The next thing I'm going to put on is very trending, very popular product. I kept the packaging just to share with you what they looked like. So I got these two back in November in the Black Friday sales. And I loved them. I picked them up. So if you're looking to pick any Bare Minerals makeup up cheap, always check and see if you can get a discount on it first, because it is a wee bit of a higher price point. So the Gen Nude Blonzer I'd been wanting to try for a while. Now this shade I went for is Kiss of Pink. So this has been another favourite. I've been wearing this every day on repeat. This is what it looks like. So it's a beautiful shade, perfect for summer. And yeah, just love this colour. And there's the other one I'll share with you is a different one. It's more of like a matte. So this is, I would say, more of like a kind of one that I would wear in autumn, winter, just to share with you the shade. Very beautiful still, but great for like, I've loved wearing this too. It's been a really nice shade. So just to compare the two side by side, this one's more of like a kind of, kind of dusky pinky tone, whereas this one's more kind of like summery for me, and this one also kind of has like a kind of glow through it. So yeah, I've worn this one the most. This one's going to be a great one if I'm just looking for something for like autumn, winter. That one's called Call My Blush. I love the names they pick for these makeup. Who comes up with the names? I'd love to know. Imagine that was your job. You were to think up the name for these makeup products. So again, if you're putting on your blusher, you're going to go in with a nice brush like this, just for the perfect application. You're just going to pat it. I usually would just pat it on there, tap. You can see the excess coming off. And then you're just going to put it on the apple of your cheek, which would be here. And just pop that on there, and you can see how beautiful that colour is. So yeah, it just gives it a really healthy, rosy glow, perfect for summertime makeup. Again, I would go back into this before I put it on the other side of my face, just because you need a wee bit extra for, oh, I've got a wee bit of makeup here. Where did that come from? That must have been when I was doing my eyebrows that I got a wee bit stuck up there from something, or the mascara. It looks as if it's not my hand, that it's travelled over. So yeah, so your blusher. So you're just going to put that on your high points of your cheek. Sometimes it helps when you smile. You'll find the high point of your cheek if you're unsure where to place your blusher. Smile. And you'll find the apples of your cheek. So that's it there. Sometimes what I've been doing actually, which is another little tip with this shade, is I have been putting it on my eyes. So this is great for your eyes as well. So what I normally would do is, I don't know whether to do it, whether it'll ruin, no, I'm not going to ruin the makeup by putting it on, because I would say my eyes, the shade that I've got on just now wouldn't really mix it. But usually I would just go in with this brush here, the blending brush for the eyes, and then I would just bring it along the top here, and it can just tie everything together, like if you've got the blusher on your cheeks. Usually if I was just wearing like a plain nude on my eyes, and I was just looking for a little bit of colour over your eyes, and it just looks really beautiful. So the last steps it would be for now would just be, I'm going to put a little bit of clear radiance on, and I'm going to set the makeup with their iconic mineral veil. So again, this is all packaging the clear radiance. So if you are doing a bit of photography for weddings, or you know, these kind of makeups do last. And again, thin layers, you can see that I'm building it up in thin layers, so it's going to last all day, as opposed to just slapping it on and then finding that it starts to melt off throughout the day. You want thin layers of makeup. It just is going to last longer for you. So the next product I'm going to put on, I don't know if they still make this. This is their clear, what's it called again? It's their clear radiance. So they did these different radiances. And where's the wee brush that I used to enjoy putting this on with? I had like a wee kind of brush that was quite good for applying this. Is it this one here? It's here. So yeah, if you're wanting radiance, if you're adding any radiance or glow to your makeup look, you can see this is, again, this could be almost like a nearly 20-year-old product, if not that, and it's still in good nick, it's still in great condition, it's still, because it's a loose mineral powder form, you can still wear it, again, it doesn't expire. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to take a wee bit out there because I feel as if that might just be a wee bit too much. So again, less is more. These kind of makeups you'll find. So I'm just going to put a wee bit of this on again, swirl, tap. And then when we put this on, what we used to do is we would put it on in like almost like a kind of C. So that kind of means like kind of coming round here and just putting it at the high point of the cheek. So almost like you're drawing the letter C just there. And then on the other side, the same thing. When you're putting your bronzer on, you would do more of like what was known as a 3 and an E. So basically when your bronzer was going on with the product, with the mineral one that they did, the kind of powder one, you would draw almost like, instead of just doing the C here, you would bring it right down as if it was the number 3, and then it'd be an E, like at this side. So it was a 3 and an E. So that's a little tip if you're looking for a great way to apply any of your products. 3 and an E when it comes to bronzer, no matter what bronzer it is that you're using. That's just going to put the product in the right place for you. So hopefully that's a helpful tip you can take away as well. So I'm just going to put a tiny little bit more just around here. So again, really light, really fresh, a really summer, spring, fresh look. So I'm just going to finish off with their iconic finishing product. So this is their mineral veil, it's called. So this is just going to give your makeup a veil, a very kind of light veil for long-lasting makeup to last for the day. It's not heavy at all, it's very light, that's why it's called a veil. So it's just going to be a very light veil over your makeup. I'm just going to use this wee brush that I like to go in with. And it's just, yeah, it's basically a powder, but it's so light, and it's just not going to, like, you know, I wouldn't say dampen, but it's not going to like flatten the makeup that you've put on too much, that it kind of takes too much away from it. It's just going to enhance like a nice lovely veil over it to keep it looking nice and fresh as it does. So you would only need, again, a tiny, tiny amount. Again, less is more when it comes to your makeup. Build it up slowly. Don't pack it on. If you can take a tip away from this video, packing on makeup makes your skin look old. It makes it look really heavy. It makes your skin look dry. You want to go lighter. If you want your skin to look young and youthful and glowy, do not like pack makeup on that it looks really heavy. My top tip would be light coverage. It's more youthful for the skin. You'll find it makes such a difference when your makeup's on as well. You know, your skin will look a lot more youthful, which is what we all want. So I'm just going to put this over just to seal in and cover the veil over the makeup. So yeah, just as a finishing product to seal it in. Again, just over the eyebrows. Oops, just put it over the eyebrows, over the chin. And then what I'm going to do is, another wee tip is just to make sure that your makeup is sealed down your neck, especially if you're wearing like a wedding dress or anything like a prom dress, any of these kind of special occasions, you want everything to be seamless and blend in. So I would usually just take my blusher brush and I would just pull it down the neck and just make sure if you did have any skin exposed here, you would just kind of like put a bit of makeup across there as well, just so all joins and it's seamless. You don't have like a line around here where you can see your foundation ends in your neck. Your kind of other skin tone like on your neck, because we do have different skin tones in different parts of our bodies. As we know, our arms can look a wee bit more. Mine's are always pale because I'm not really one that chases a tan. I'd rather chase, well, not chase, I would rather preserve my skin so it looks more youthful for as long as possible than have a tan that lasts for a few weeks but then it's caused damage to my skin. And obviously because I'm fair and I'm Scottish and the colour of my hair, I try and avoid the sun as much as possible because for me it's not a good mix. So yeah, the skin on our arms, some people have more colour on their arms because obviously their arms are exposed more. So, you know, depending on what part of your body, your skin can change the colour. If your face to your neck to your arms, if your legs are covered all the time, they're going to be paler than your arms. So yeah, unless you're exposing your skin to the sun all the time, then your skin, you know, it's going to have different kind of colours depending where the sun's hit it, which we all know. So yeah, I just thought that was quite helpful too. So yeah, just a wee dusting of the beautiful original iconic mineral veil on there just to set it. So that would be the last thing we would do for the makeup, and then we would just assess it if you were needing anything done at all, anything that you think it was needing. For myself, I would always say it's a good time to just look and do a wee tidy up. I did get some cotton buds when my battery died. So usually at the end I would just go in. Oh, I've still to do, I've just realised, because usually I would have done this earlier under my eyes for concealer. So the concealer I'm going to put under there, I'm just going to do in a second. So that would be kind of something to finish off with. I would just tidy around the eyebrows, make sure that there was no kind of like telltale signs that they were looking unnatural in any way. And just making sure that they were brushed through nice and like full and yeah, seamless again. You just want it to look like an enhancement of your own skin and nothing to really stand out, that it just doesn't look as if it belongs on your face. Blended, seamless, fresh, glowy, youthful. Isn't that what we all want? Especially after over 40. Once you've passed 40, you want your skin to look as fresh and youthful as possible. We don't want to make it look older in any way. So what did I say I was going to do? I was going to do my concealer. I'm going to go in and finish with my concealer, and you all know which one this is. If you've been watching my channel for a while. So just because this is a Bare Minerals video, it's not sponsored in any way. I'm just going to pop this on, but you'll know from the packaging what it is. So when it comes to your under your eye concealing, I would then just pat a little bit under here. Again, I've shared a video on how to apply this to under your eyes, and you don't go from the tube. You don't go, you don't do that if you want your eyes to look young and youthful. That's just going to cake them up and make the skin under the eye look extremely dry, because these products can be drying over time and they're just going to set into any lines and wrinkles. So, and do not powder under your eyes either. That's like a no-no as you get older, because again, you're just going to be absorbing any oil that's sitting under your eyes here, so it's going to cause more, it's going to make your lines and wrinkles, if you have any under your eyes, just look more prominent, because what the powder's job to do is to soak up the oil. So if you're putting that to soak up oil under your eyes, it's just going to make the skin look drier, you know, so you don't want that. You don't want dry under eyes, and then it's just going to enhance any lines and wrinkles under your eye area even more and just make them look more prominent. So do not put powder under your eyes unless you want your eyes to look old. So yeah, I feel as if I'm overall happy with that. I'm thinking, will I go ahead and put a little bit of eyeliner underneath just to see how it looks? The only thing I would fix would be, I've noticed that there's a wee bit extra mascara on there, so usually I would pull it off if I'm being honest, or I would just go in, because for this video I would comb it through. But yeah, I would say that mascara, that's the only thing. Like, I'm quite, when it comes to mascaras, I would say that one dries quite quickly. So yeah, maybe work quite fast with it if you are trying out the Bareminerals Maximist mascara. it's quite quick drying. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with a little bit of under eye liner and just see how that looks to finish the makeup, and then that'll be us. So when you're putting your under eye liner on, you're just going to, I usually would just hold the eye like this. So I would just hold it out just to stretch it, but I'm just going to go very subtle. So if you're just looking for something a wee bit extra definition around your eye area, then this is a nice way to do it. Again, very soft, not harsh lines at all. This is a brown pencil, which is more flattering as you get older, to use like a brown eyeliner pencil for, as opposed to black, which can look quite harsh under the eye area. You still want it to look soft, especially if it's like a wedding makeup. You want something very kind of soft looking, don't you? It's that kind of romantic soft look if you're going for it on your wedding day, and just to look the best version of yourself. And then if you want, you can always tidy that up just with a little cotton bud, or you can soften up a wee bit more. And yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put an extra wee bit of lip gloss on, and then that'll be the finished look. Just so I feel as if that would be really nice just to finish with a little bit. Sometimes it's nice just to put a little bit of lip gloss right in the centre here and at the top, and then that just makes your lips look fuller as well. So it can create the illusion of like a fuller lip if you're just drawing the eye and the light to the middle here. So yeah, that's the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. It's maybe quite a long one, but sometimes I find it's easier just to talk through the products individually and find it helpful sharing it with you, rather than doing a quick video and then you're trying to take it all in. I hope this was helpful. For anybody that's got a wedding planned this year, this might be a nice makeup look you'd want to try, and go for something nice and light and a nice Bare Minerals look. Because I did do many bridal makeups with a lot of these products here back in the day. So before YouTube, yeah. So yeah, this was a very popular one, or for a special occasion, like if you've got a prom this summer coming up, or if you've got any special occasions, then this is the one to go for. Or just looking for a great everyday foundation that's natural and wearable throughout the summer months. It doesn't feel heavy and clogged like a liquid on your skin. Most of the time throughout summer, I don't wear foundation at all unless it's a special occasion. I would then put this one on, and I would just put it on and it would just be a nice coverage. So yeah, highly recommend the Bare Minerals. If you've used Bare Minerals before, comment below and let me know if you're a fan of the iconic Bare Minerals Original Foundation. Let me know if you enjoy using this foundation. They did just have a store in Glasgow, but sadly it closed down, so I think it's just online you can get Bare Minerals now. I will link my Look Fantastic code in the discount box below, in the description box below. You can save 20% if you did want to try any of the products or anything that I've mentioned here. A lot of them have been purchased at Look Fantastic with my 20% off. So if you want to save a bit of money and try out this lovely makeup company. This isn't sponsored in any way, this video. This is just a huge passion of mine, obviously makeup and skincare and beauty, and this is just one of my favourites that I thought you might quite enjoy me seeing you sharing a tutorial using on the best tips, the do's and the don'ts, and just some tips when it comes to makeup as well, if that's been helpful to share. Just to let you know, my shade is fairly light, so if your skin tone's quite similar to mine, then yeah, I'm fairly light. There are quite a few shades in the collection, so you will find one that will suit your skin tone. And yeah, I hope you find it helpful. Again, this is clean and natural, so if you're looking for a more natural kind of foundation to wear, this is a great one to put on. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe if you enjoy beauty, skincare, unboxing videos, fashion. I do some fashion hauls on here as well, some clothing hauls. There's going to be a monthly vlog. I've not filmed one this month yet, but I'll maybe try and put one in, because you seem to enjoy the last two. And next month is going to be extra special because it's a birthday one. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and you'll find lots of beauty content over here, spas and lots more. I will link the original video that I shared of me applying this below. It was on my other channel, which is now my travel channel with my husband, so it's a Scottish travel account, but I kept the video there because it was so popular and it did very well. So I thought there was no point me taking it down just because I've got a separate beauty YouTube channel now. So I'll link it below in case you did want to check that out and see me putting it on many years ago. And obviously the setup that I had back then was very different to the professional setup I've got now. So yeah, if you want to compare the before and after and see the difference in 6 years, 5 years, maybe 6 years, I can't remember if it was 2020, it might have been 2020, then I'll link that below for you all too. Thanks for watching today's video, everybody. You know you can also find me over on Instagram and TikTok if you want to follow along there as well. I will be sharing some more skincare videos. I'm thinking the next one I'm going to do is a skincare one. I'm going to be sharing with you all a cleansing balm that I'm trying, a new one from a natural skincare company, an organic company that I love their other products. And I'm going to be trying one of their kind of iconic masks that they do as well, which is a very, very special one. So if you want to see that video and more, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do share a lot in my kind of main feed as well if there's any videos coming up, and I also share my fashion in the shorts as well. So I do share a lot of what I wear in my YouTube shorts. If you want to see my outfits of the day, you can find those there too. I'll link all my discount codes in the description box below if you want to save some money on any of your beauty favourites, and some other videos that I've mentioned, I'll leave them in the description box below too. Thanks for watching today's video, everybody. I'll see you all in the next one.